it was the mathematical pie. That's awesome.
Okay. Hello, and welcome back to She is the Ancient, a genderbent Curse of Strahd here on Gilding Light. Thanks to the Gilding Light team, to Satine Phoenix, and to DC Lacer for producing. I am your Dungeon Master, Bet the Bard. Everywhere at It's Bet the Bard. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. Gonna go around and introduce the players / characters because there are both players and characters. Okay, I'm gonna go order of the screen that I guess you audience are seeing. So Fenway, that's you first. And you're on mute.
Remember, Jay's always last.
No, Jay's gonna go second.
Okay.
Jesse J is screwed.
As long as I don't have to go after Jay, I'm fine. Hi everyone, my name is Fenway Jones, also known as Fenway the Team DM on Twitter and at Jasper's Game Day and all of the social medias. I am playing Sarzeneth, the lovable half-demon, half-angel rogue cleric. And I have been told that my subtitles have disappeared, so I will have to fix those. But yes,
thumbs up. Okay, next one, Jay Casual.
Oh, hey, what can I say? It's Jay Casual. You can find me on all social media at Just2Casual and Casual Creativity over on Twitch. I'm a variety streamer, all-around entertainer, and professional storyteller. I stream all kinds of things like world building and other stuff. You can catch me doing all kinds of awesome new entertaining things, and I'll be DMing a Resident Evil themed one-shot this Friday on my channel. And for those that need to know, I am Dr. Jericho, a reborn goblin of sorts that changes forms in many ways, and the essence of who they are shift over time until finally they find themselves lost in this darkness, this abyss, this pain and misery. But ultimately, it is us as a party that have become lost in the essence of DJ.
And your face filter is really throwing me off, but super cool. Definitely gonna, be like, this is my stream. Next up is Jessie J.
Hi, I'm Jessie Davidson. You can find me on Twitter at the boss Jessie J. I am playing Todd, the elf warlock who is deranged by their time in Barovia.
And
Didn't she just publish something?
And I just published my first book on DM's Guild. It's called Friendlier Fate. It is a permanent death alternative for non-violent D&D games. So it's great for kids, it's great for non-violent characters, and it's great for fighting children in D&D games.
Fantastic. Yeah. I've actually used Friendlier Fates in some of my sessions with kids and can vouch that it is awesome and works out really well.
Testing it a long time ago. It was fun.
Ty, you are last and least. I mean, but not least.
Well, that's on the internet for everyone to witness. My name is Ty Stone. I am at lame_riot on Twitter. I have just begun writing D&D adventures thanks to Jay Casual and Bet the Bard. Got me into that. And today I'm playing Roxy, the Hexblood Bard, who is being corrupted by some dark entities.
Entities. Okay, very cool. Jay Casual is going to do a recap because I have volunteered him to do so. Thank you, Jay. How nice. Eee.
Oh, voluntold, by the way. I'd like to make sure everyone knows I was voluntold to do this.
But she told you casually.
Yes, which makes it technically volunteering at that point. Fair. So, as we fall into the domain of dread and peer through the mist, we observe the party making their way towards this tumultuous, domineering castle that belongs to none other than Strahd itself. And greeted at the gate is a companion with a name that was only referred to later for Ma'am. Guided in an invitation, the party prepared to face whatever threats had not prepared for a feast. Laid before them was food and drink to indulge and enjoy. as Strahd tinkered at the piano, playing at the keys. Speaking to each one, Strahd spoke of her intentions, the end of this repeated cycle of Barovia's dark, rewind and replaying situation. The darkness inside Roxy boiling over. The truth of who Dr. Jericho might have been. Todd's desire to simply save Raven became more important, and Sarzenath, whose only intention was Ismark. Moving their way through, after Strahd decides that being in their presence was no longer worth their time, departed away. And Dr. Jericho found a way to sneak behind the piano into a room full of mirrors. And as the wild magic of this castle exploded a fireball, shattering glass and harming Dr. Jericho as well as Roxy, they found an opening, a passage, one where only they needed pass. And as they continued their search, Dr. Jericho found the sounds of 2 beating hearts. And as they followed this beating heart, this magic connection, this surge from an apple belonging to Todd, which revealed to be a heart belonging to someone. They make their way up the stairwell to see this massive crystallized heart filled with a pulsing blood surge and prepared to devastate their foes. With a twinned magic of Sarzenath, a lightning bolt from DJ, and the continued efforts of the other, the stairwell collapsed with the crystal heart believed to belong to Strahd. Spiders began to swarm, darkness began to assault, and with a quick escape, Dr. Jericho continued on, the party in tow, and found themselves in a room so calm. A listless individual, a young body belonging to Raven. Todd brought the heart to bring Raven to life, and a portrait on the wall revealed an individual, one that this party had known quite well, Eddie, though related to others of Strahd's kind. And apparently Dr. Jericho became connected to this essence in some way. Trapped inside this castle, Ismark unknown whereabouts, Strahd's lingering evil, and all of Barovia falling into chaos outside these walls. We find out now, and today only, will our party find escape, or will they too be consumed by the repeating infinite cycle that is, she is the ancient. Ooh woo.
No, don't you dare. This ooh woo thing. No. I cannot. Oh my gosh. Anyways.
Battle cry at the final fight.
Ooh woo. I will die.
Sorry, Sarzenath.
So,
What did I do?
I read what you thought I said.
Oh, okay, never mind.
So, you find yourself in this lounge. You saw the portrait of what looked to be Irina and Eddie being all like smoochy smooch on each other. You see the portrait of Strahd. And you found Raven. And she is sitting up. She looks over at you and Todd?
Yeah, I'm here, Raven. I'm here. You're all right. It's all right.
What? You died, didn't you?
That's debatable. But we're here now, and it's fine. We're gonna be leaving soon.
Where's Eddie?
That's a long story. He's a little bit over here, and I point to Dr. Jericho, and he's a little bit up there, and I point at the picture.
And he's a little bit all over here.
She like looks at the picture and she looks over
have his
at
gun,
DJ.
though. I still have his gun, and I pull out Eddie's gun that I've had this whole time but could never use. And so I give Raven the gun. I'm like, here, you.
We're not giving guns to
figure this out.
children.
No one's talking to you, Sarzenath. You
I
saw
wasn't
him
talking to
use
you.
this.
This is Eddie's gun.
It is, and you probably can figure it out better than I can. Kids are smart. It's great. And here's your dagger. I still have your dagger. And I hand her the silver dagger.
Oh, she sets the dagger down and then she does this like click and like pop on the gun. And like, I don't actually know how guns work. So I don't know if it's click and pop or it's just pop and or click. Just kind of like, there's no bullets in it.
I have some, and I pull out 5 silver bullets. But that's it. That's all I have left.
She like puts them in her pocket, and she takes the dagger, and she goes, "Oh, I don't have the thing to hold my dagger anymore. I'll just carry these." And she looks back up at the painting, again at DJ, kind of back and forth. It's not convinced, but then she sees Irina. You're Irina. You were with us. She was with us last time, right, Todd? When we were all together?
It's a good bet. It's possible. I have no idea.
Okay. And you can see she's getting a little bit dizzy. She kind of she goes to stand up and then she sits back down and puts her head to her forehead and just kind of takes in some deep breaths.
And I'm just gonna kind of awkwardly wrap my arms around her, attempting comfort, but not having any experience whatsoever how to comfort her. It's okay. It's gonna be
Doctor
okay.
will
gotta kill some more people and then we get to leave.
We'll drop to one knee, turn their back to the group, and start like, you'll hear like retching noises, but keeps the back, and then you'll see as a hammer comes out of one of their satchel and other tools as they're working on something.
Which
you turn
face
and
is
retch?
making the retching noise?
Yes, I face everyone else and then retch.
Raven goes,
back of the head.
Eddie! It's Eddie!
As it's staring at, on the back of my head is the Eddie face.
Eddie is throwing up backwards.
Eddie's not going to be able to talk to you.
Eddie?
Ding, 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 ding. This is a new type of tool.
Lightning surges. Fire ignites. Cold mist erupts.
This is our friend Dr. Jericho.
Acid splatters.
I would stay back.
Poison cloud.
Roxy's just walking around impatient.
Stands
With
up.
one missing an eye with the goo leaking out of it.
Turns back and is having something that looks like a leather belt with looks like a holster for a dagger and another one that can hold a gun and so on. And it's a little smaller for a normal person. It's not good to just carry weapons outward. You need a way to hold them. And just holds out the leather belt with the straps.
To
Raven.
she she starts trying to put it on and asks you for help, Todd, and gets it all situated, and then
just remember I gave you the gun.
Figures it out. She stands back up. You can tell she's really dizzy. She's looking like her tan skin is looking very clammy. As
is she still 4? Wasn't she 4 the first time?
She was 7. She's about 7.
7-year-old.
She looks the same.
Okay.
7-year-old.
When Bob sees her sheath the dagger, he looks at his own and just stabs it into its hip and leaves it there.
I mean, if it works, it works, right?
This is a very touching reunion, but shouldn't we be finding the Countess?
I don't think we should find the Countess.
We have to find the Countess.
I don't want to find the Countess.
I'm sure she has the boy with her.
Eastmark?
Yes.
How do you know Eastmark?
There's once in a while I was allowed to be awake and I got to meet him, and He's really nice. Why do you know Eastmark? He's been here.
Not for ever.
Do you know where he is, Raven? Can you take us to him?
I know my way around the castle pretty well. I could probably help. I don't get to be awake very often, but like, it's been here a long time. But I'll help you find him. But I don't want to find the Countess. She's really mean.
We have
How long
a
have you
guide to
been
the
here?
castle.
I don't know. A while, I guess. You can tell she's like trying to do months and things like that, but she's 7 and has not had a proper education, and so she's like,
It's okay. A while is perfectly fine answer.
okay. Yeah, I can show you around. I know some stuff.
Do you know where the jail or the prison or the cages are?
Yes.
Is there something wrong?
They're cold and they're full of water. And I got really, really cold, and I got the hypothermalia.
Yes. Okay. Well, we will make sure that you do not get that again. Is Eastmark there?
He was there one time.
Okay.
Rashi will turn to Ez and just say, well, you would know if you were the Countess trying to keep yourself safe and holding your own bargaining chip hostage, where would you hide?
Well, knowing vampires.
I still
Knowing
think we
that-
brought the wrong one.
Where is the other one?
She took off with the gem to take it back to the winery.
Oh.
You know what? Y'all, I think you are just ungrateful, and you have not seen how I can help you yet because you keep going around eating things instead. But I digress.
I was just mad because you asked everybody else questions and you didn't ask me any questions about where I came from. But that's fine. You can go ahead.
Well, I mean, I have been curious about your eyes.
I don't care anymore. You can go ahead.
But, like, I'd love to know about your eyes.
I'm sure you would.
Ugh, whatever. Well, being vampires, they are tethered to a very powerful item that they have. And they're strongest when they're near this item. Anybody have any guesses?
We don't have time for this. Please just continue.
Their coffin.
Da-da-da-da-da. Yeah! Ding, 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 ding. Demon Lady, super smart. Yes, it is their coffin. So I would imagine if she thinks that you are actually a threat, she'll be down in her coffin area, crypt.
Do
We'll
you
lead the
know where
way.
that is?
Yep, yeah.
Raven, do you know where that is?
It's like near the prisons and stuff. I made best friends with a werewolf.
You should take us to meet the werewolf.
They're probably dead.
You should still see if we should go see if they're there, and if not, you can take us to the crypts.
Okie dokie. And Raven, like, stands up and, well, she was already standing up, but she, like, perks up and is like, I'm gonna lead the way. And she walks out of the room and into the hallway. I assume you guys just heading downward, right?
Following as far as
I'm
we
going
can
to pull
go.
out one of my rations and
Cool.
start handing snacks to Raven.
She's just
Not
like
the jerky. Not the jerky. I like her too much.
It's like snacking and talking, just like yammering on about things. And, this person's really nice. They're an accountant. They've been stuck here for a really long time. They're actually like chained to their desk and like they give really good treats and stuff like that. But if you make them angry, they pull a lever and then like a zombie like thing shows up and then it tries to bite you and it's really scary. So I stopped visiting her after a while. And then there's this other thing that lives in a bathtub full of blood. And when I was taking a bath one time, like it got all like freaky and like they were crawling on the ceiling and stuff like that. So I don't use that bathroom anymore. And then and she's just like going on and on about like all these random people and things that live in the castle.
And Todd's just doing the parenting, not listening to any of it.
And as you guys get down like a couple floors, she veers off to the left into a hallway with several doorways. She's like, and my room is down here somewhere. It's one of these doors. Hold on. She's like, stops.
Can we just open all of them?
It would be ill-advised to simply open doors in a place so complete with twisted magic.
I think it was, and as she's like talking, you hear one of the doors kind of creak open very slowly. You see a very small figure kind of hunched over, stepping out of the room. They're holding this little pillow in their hand, and you just hear, "Nasty, stupid boy. Don't have to share space with him anymore." And they turn and, "Oh, hello. You are guests. Welcome to the castle.
Can I pick her up?
Pick Raven up?
No, not Raven. Sorry. Can I pick the thing that's talking up?
You're gonna go up to this thing and you're gonna pick it up.
Yes.
Okay. So it looks like a doll with taut leather pulled over a like a wooden skeletal form and razor sharp teeth.
Sure.
And you just walk over and you pick it up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Oh, personal space. Okie dokie. And he drops the little pillow that he was holding and reaches over and shuts the door all the rest of the way.
Hi.
My name is Piddlewick II. And you are who? You are a demon.
Kind of. Half. Sort of. What are you talking about, a nasty, dirty boy?
Well,
what did he look like?
He was really annoying and
Don't care. What did he look like?
He looked like a boy, kind of, like light hair, annoying, in my way. Why do you ask?
Because we are also looking for a child.
Well, I can't help you. And you see him cast a little something on the doorknob.
Oh, you can't help us?
Nope. That's just me, little Piddlewick II. Don't ask what happened to the first.
Oh, I won't ask.
I will. What happened to the first?
I can't say.
Hey, DJ.
Yes.
Open up.
And starts to dig a finger into the jaw and start to tear at the flesh of the mouth to start removing the jaw. And then digs to the other side, opening the jaw further, and
I'm gonna bring Mr. Piddlewick over there.
I have to go guard the other hallways and take care of the other guests that are staying overnight.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you'll be going in there unless you tell me what I want to know.
Do you want to play a game of hide and seek?
Sure, but I'll know where you'll be hiding.
Well, that's cheating. I don't like cheaters.
Well, you know what? I don't like liars.
He's gonna bite your hand and try and climb down.
Okay. Well, as he's doing that, as soon as he bites me, I will cast Inflict Wounds on him.
Oh no! Okay, well that is an 18 to hit.
That will hit.
Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Oh my gosh, I need a dice roller for this.
Mine is a crit to hit.
Okay. Oh no. You are going to take 13 points of damage as he bites a chunk out of your arm.
Sure.
Does she drop him?
I don't know. Does she drop him?
We'll see.
I'm gonna ready Mage Hand to try to snatch it up if he gets dropped.
Raven, by the way, is like right next to Todd and DJ. Like,
This one really is mean. This one's so mean. He's tried to kill me so many times.
46 damage?
46 damage. So, how do you want to do this?
I want him to become ashes.
So you're like holding him. He's like,
Want to play hide and seek?
and you're like, "Meh," and he's like, "Ah!" And he bites into your arm, and as like he's digging his teeth, like all these razor sharp fangs, deep into your arm. You feel it almost touching the bone. You just like put your hand on his head, and this glorious clerical magic just shoots out of you, and he poofs into a puff of dust. And all that's left is just this horrific bite wound on your arm, as like these ashes float to the ground.
Well, he won't be a problem anymore.
Have we tried the door yet?
Does the door open since the caster is gone?
It is locked, but you guys would get it unlocked at some point, so just tell me what that looks like.
Well, I have double proficiency in thieves' tools.
So you just like whip out your thieves' tools and you're like, oh. You open the door. You step into a room. Looks like a bedroom of some sort. There's a large canopy, like a large bed that is canopied by these silk curtains. There's a headboard against the north wall. Carved into the headboard with great skill is a large Z. Lying amid velvet and satin sheets and just, you know, big cushy bedding and stuff is a young man, much older than Eastmark, in like a long dress shirt. I don't know, like the nightgowns that dudes used to wear back in the day. And they're like, oh, I'm in my dress shirt. You can see that he's laying there. One of his dainty slippers has fallen to the floor at the foot of the bed, and he is dead. Just laying there. Looks like he's suffocated to death.
Does he happen to be suffocated with a pillow, perhaps?
On further inspection, you come to the conclusion that he may have been suffocated with a pillow.
Can we resuscitate him?
You can do what you want. Sure can.
Can we try and bring him back?
You can certainly try.
Can I cast Spare the Dying on him? Does it work?
Let's see how many minutes. Spare the dying.
Spare the dying.
Dying prevents an unconscious creature from failing the last saving throw. So it prevents them from actually dying if they're actually dead.
Yeah, if they're
Spare the
already
dying
dead.
Spare the dying wouldn't work.
They are They have no heartbeat.
Can I do a
Oh.
medicine check for CPR?
We need to get like DJ do like electricity into like the paddles.
The doctor walks over and attempts to like move hands and puts down, and you will notice like there's like no electricity coming. It appears I have reached the next stage. I do not have access to my
That's
electricity.
What in the world does that mean? You've reached the next stage.
My memories are coming back. My form is changing. My powers are transitioning. The form I had before was forged, created with unique properties. The form I am returning to had not those properties.
And you are remembering everything that you have forgotten before?
Most of it. At least from what I can recall, that would seem most of my memories are returning. I have left mental notes, historical moments to help me identify how far my memory has gone. When I go through my memories, I recall writing in my journal how much percent per se that my memories have returned. And I remember vividly writing a document stating that this threshold would be approximately 90% of my memories.
Do you remember me? Because apparently you used to be this Sergei.
Sergei, yes. That was a life I had once had, it seems.
Irina, is remembering things something important to you? Or do you wish to stay blind to what the past was?
I don't remember anything, and I would like to remember what is going on so that I'm not so in the dark about what is happening. I feel like we're walking into something that I'm utterly unprepared for.
I could probably help you if you trust me.
She looks at you with your gaping eye after you like tried casting fireball on them over and over again. Is like, you know what, I'm not going to lie, I'm feeling a little bit cautious around you right now. I don't know what is going on with you. I see that your eyes are not inky, so I assume this is you right now.
It is. It is.
But see, somebody who wasn't you would also say that it is you, right?
It is correct.
Despite that being the case, if you wish to recall your memories,
so
Roxy would be...
thoughts.
You cast detect thoughts?
Yep. And I'm going to go deep.
She got a 4.
Yeah, does not beat my 17. So I am in her brain.
So a lot of paladin training in there, some clerical training, lots of practice with the priestess of the village of Barovia, lots of training with Mom, lots of caring for Ismark. She helped raise him. Like, you're seeing all these, like, this montage of, like, you know, visuals of her involvement in his upbringing and things like that. And you dig in deeper and you see another version of her, dressed slightly different hairstyle, being referred to as a different name. You see lots of different, explorations with Strahd over many of these lifetimes. The further back you go, you see it goes from, romantic and loving to violent, angry. Keep digging. You can almost get to her first iteration. You hear the word Tatiana as somebody is speaking to her. You see Sergei's face, Eddie. Can't get much deeper than that.
Do I see who this Tatiana person is? Or am I seeing through her eyes?
You're seeing through her eyes as somebody is referring to her as Tatiana.
I want to try and latch on to this mind of Tatiana, and as I come out, pull all of it out with me to the surface.
Roll me sleight of hand.
Well, that was stealth. No, hold on. Sleight of hand.
I guess it could be like wisdom or something, but this just sounds fun, like literally pulling it out.
12. Wait. 15.
15.
Wanna
Tell me what
flood
this
all
looks like as you do this.
So I'm seeing through Tatiana's eyes, and I use my newfound power to kind of make a connection with my mind to Tatiana's. And then as soon as that happens, I yank all these memories back to the surface of Irina's mind as I exit her mind. So like pulling a pillowcase inside out almost, just
Woo!
yeah.
She's like, oh, I don't like that. Oh, I don't like that at all. Oh, no. She like bends over and just like next to this dead guy, just kind of like kneels next to the bed. Next to him, kind of grabs onto his like limp arm that's just hanging over the edge of the bed, like, oh no. Just taking it all in.
It is a shock to acquire memories in such a rapid rate. Trust me in that occurrence.
Could have been more gentle, but this is my first time doing this, so.
She stands back up. Okay, I think I am ready to face her. She lied to me. She lied a lot to me.
Do you remember everything?
I remember lots of times that she has gotten very angry at me and killed me, but I don't know why she was angry at me.
Do you remember how you felt prior to those moments?
When she was angry?
Roxy will raise her hand and be like, I remember how she felt.
If there was other individuals in your memory that may or may not have had meaning to you.
I have now seen that I have had several mothers. I have had several fathers. I have had several lovers, but it looks like the last one that I can remember now is Eddie. His face looked like Eddie's. Oh, as she like realizes that's supposed to be you, she's like, but you are Eddie, but you are not Eddie. You are not Eddie.
I am.
But you were Eddie.
I was at one point Eddie. Long ago.
But it wasn't
Dr.
Eddie.
Jericho. It was Sergei.
And this was before the Countess became who she is now.
It's
You
before
guys
a
go
lot of
way
things.
back.
Long. Before time continued to repeat. Before life led to this moment. Where we once shared. There was an incarnation of mine that encountered an incarnation of yours. One that transcended lifetimes.
Roxy will look at the doctor and just be like, do you know how your one story ended for you and this one began?
Strahd is not too keen on things not going as planned. I was truly a warrior like no other, a champion of battle, a soldier prepared to march forth in any conquests, to face any threat. If you are to fight a war, love is but a distraction. And if you cannot remove the feeling, then you remove the creation of that feeling. And if removal of the creation of the feeling is not enough, then over time it becomes easier to remove the problem altogether. The memory is hazy, but I know that is the decisions of my sister that led to a demise and rebirth, at least in that instance.
Yeah, it seems as if your sister has been trying to remove the problem for a while and looks over at Tatiana now, but Tatiana here has proven to be hard to get rid of.
It is Irina now. I just want to put that out there.
The last mind I was in Tatiana. I apologize.
Yes, in this case, you are now Irina, meaning that the woman I remember is not the woman I see before me. Though I cannot speak the same for the sentiments that bind us, nor the magic that hence binds us here.
Well, I hope that I can recover the rest of my memories at some point, but I do vaguely remember a version of you, and I think I know what I'm up against now with Strahd. Thank you very much, Roxy, for...
Well,
Of course, thank you for trusting.
Before we face Strahd, I know that many are prepared to deal with what comes. Perhaps this will aid. And Doctor walks forward and turns over the shield that's attached to their left arm, and there's little slots in there, and reaches into the pouch, unseals it, and removes a platinum ring and seals it back. Slides one onto his own finger. This will bring you protection in the coming battles.
She holds up a pinky.
I respect that. And we'll slide it on, and the magic inside of it will start to swirl, and she'll feel the sensation of the magic triggering. The spell has not been activated, but it is now capable of being activated. And we are tethered by magic.
Okay. And I guess if you have... So you just... What is the spell again?
It would be warding bond, but I haven't activated yet, but I do need the platinum rings for them to be working.
Okay. As you do this, you see this recognition in her eyes as all of the rest of her memories come back. With that, if it's like a bond spell, that would
it creates a bond between me and her.
All of the rest of them, and you see this look on her face as she's like, I remember everything. I was Tatiana. I was a soldier in the army with you and your sister, not Eddie, Sergey was Sergey, and we fell in love, and she was so angry about it because she saw this as us shirking our duties, and oh my god, she killed you. Your sister killed you. And drank your blood.
The first time. Yes, that is a thing she has done potentially multiple times. But at least in that instance, yes.
I remember you. And she turns to you, Todd, and points at you, and then points down at Raven and is like, how is that even possible? That wasn't even that long ago.
It was a lifetime. And multiple lifetimes. If
You! And she just points aggressively at Todd again. You! You are... You...
Irina, I understand there's a lot to deal with, but this is our chance to end it all.
Be fair, I was not in your past, so I'm not a part of this.
Hey,
Just saying.
Did I see Todd in Irina's mind?
Not... Like, you kind of had some recognition, but it went, like, when you went deep dive immediately into her mind, so it went, like, further than the very last iteration.
Okay.
And so you're kind of like, as she does this, you're kind of like, oh, click. That was, I thought,
Also, Sarseneth is going to try and pray over the dead body to try and, like burial rites, that sort of thing, and is going to let everybody else hash out the whatever's going on right now, because she's not actually a part of it.
Sars is like, as Irina's like flailing next to you, like pointing very aggressively at Todd. Like,
I want to hear all the drama later. I'm going to take care of this. You figure that out, and then you can tell me.
And your brother's
I'm
still being
gonna
held
help.
captive.
and Todd's gonna turn away from Irina real fast. Raven,
You should not help anybody.
Raven,
you are not
you-
help to anybody.
Raven,
You are a murderer.
jump on his chest.
You
jump on his chest. While
I'm trying to do
Sarseneth
burial
prays.
rites.
Jump on his chest? Okay.
No.
yeah, then-
No.
I'll start breathing into his mouth.
What are you doing? I'm trying to give him burial rites, not trying to.
I did roll an
Poorly
18 on my
resuscitate
medicine
him.
check.
Raven's just jumping on the bed. She goes, "This is my room, you know."
No, on the chest.
No,
On the-
Raven. No.
Sarzana
On the
says
chest.
no, and she's scarier than you.
But you like me more. I gave you a gun.
I love
Jump on
you,
the
but Sars is
chest.
very scary.
I'll
And
handle
Doctor will
that.
walk over and
Yes.
just grab Raven by like the nape of her neck collar, carry away from the bed by the door, and set down. This is a folly. Sarseneth, complete the ritual. Todd, this body is pointless to carry on. The only way to save anyone is to end this cycle that plagues Barovia. If we
And-
fail, this body will repeat this anyway.
As
Don't want to hear anybody say I never tried to do anything good for anybody.
as you're doing this, Todd is
You're
like
trying to
whacking the
save
body.
somebody's
Sarseneth
life.
is like
Fine.
using this magic. All of a sudden, you hear.
I don't know how to do that. I don't know what I did. Guys, why is the body breathing?
He kind of like sits up wild-eyed. You notice immediately that his eyes are red. And Todd, with your 18 medicine check, as you were kind of hitting him and watching Sars do this, you saw several bite marks.
Now, does Doctor recognize this as the rebirth process, as a reborn myself?
Give me a nature check.
Nature.
23.
23. Yes. You recognize it as this body was going to be waking up pretty soon anyways, but seems to have taken some radiant damage and woken up earlier than anticipated.
So then I will immediately respond by impaling it to the wall
No!
with my sunblade.
See, this is why I don't try to do nice things.
I
Don't
don't
have
even know
these
what
problems.
I
If you
did.
just kill everybody, you don't have these problems.
I don't even know what I did. You're
This
killing
is
the
proper
person that I
response
just
for something
saved.
that was once dead and is no longer
But
dead.
I brought it back to life. It's not undead. It's not
You
a
just said
As
zombie.
the blade's
Bring it back.
going, this is a vampire, and just goes to just impale through the chest.
She's like, threw up against the headboard as he's like, wait, and just like
I don't think he's
dust.
a vampire.
Turns to a big pile of ash.
That is 100% what a vampire does.
That is actually exactly how vampires die. In case I study vampires. I can.
Ignoring Ez removes my sword from the headboard.
All right.
It was just the process. He had died. Like, I think he was being fed on, and then the little puppet man killed him.
Countess's coffin?
Expedited the process.
Shush.
That mean you're gonna turn into a vampire when you die? He looks over at Irina. She's like,
That's debatable still.
She won't die.
But shush. Be quiet. Keep your mouth shut, or I will shut it for you.
This place is turning more out. They are being fed upon, feasted, and when their bodies are no longer capable of providing fuel, then they become pawns to a plague, vampiric in nature, much like the beasts we fought against in the forest. They turn. There is no saving anyone in this castle.
We lock all the doors as we go then?
I look at Raven, and then I look back at Dr. Jericho, and I look at Raven. Are you sure there's no saving anyone?
Anyone who has become fed upon. As it appears, Raven was subject to a different form of twisted magic. There's a chance that Raven can survive, and as it stands, Ismark not being in these chambers means he too can be saved. I do not believe the same could be said for any other denizen of this dark hell house.
Have I been fed on?
Nobody cares.
have you been fed on?
Let's go.
You can give me an
You may
insight
not
check.
care. I would love to give you an insight check. Solely,
I haven't fed
even
on
if
who knows.
even if it's just solely to annoy Todd. Hold on.
While Sarzaneth is doing this insight check on herself, you see Raven
30?
walk over to a 30. Okay.
Yes, that is what I said.
Raven walks over to this dresser and is opening it up and pulling some items out. She grabs a hairbrush and pops it into her little holster thing. Sarzaneth, you do distinctly remember maybe the previous evening when you were sleeping and getting, putting on clean clothes or something. You remember feeling some bumps on your back shoulder and being like, huh, that's kind of weird. And brushing it off. And now that this conversation is coming up, you're like, huh, that's kind of weird.
I mean, I meant the bite from the little goblin thing, but
and you got something else, didn't you? With your 30.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That's fair. Do they both count? Or just the one that you described?
In regards to vampirism,
Yes.
the little toy was a toy.
Okay. I mean, toys could be vampires too. I don't know how this all works. You wait. Irina, have you been bitten a third time?
I don't think that I've been bitten a third time. She checks her neck. 1, 2, 3. No, just 4 puncture wounds. That is 2 bites.
Well, I've got 2.
You've got where? What?
Right where my wing is supposed to be?
She comes over and pulls down your shirt a little bit. You have been bitten.
I don't know when.
How do you not know that you've been bitten?
I have been bitten multiple times.
Without knowing?
I suppose, but I can never tell. Most of this flesh doesn't belong to me.
Well, okay, to be fair, that's right where my wing... exposes itself. I don't know how to like.
It's exposing itself. Maybe quote.
I don't know how to describe. I don't know how to describe it. But I don't know.
Well, as far as I know, you are good to go. Just like don't die or whatever.
Great,
We'll
great
see about all
advice.
that.
The real vampires first, and then worry about Sarsneth's insecurities second.
If we go and kill Strahd now, we
Oh.
could end the curse altogether.
Somebody is sassy today.
Raven holds up her brush, pulls it back out of her holster. Okay, I'm ready to go. I'll take you back down there now. I just wanted to find my room and find my hairbrush.
I think you should brush Todd's hair so they become less, feisty and sassy.
Does that work? Oh, okay. I can do that.
Kill first, brush later. Let's go. Let's
And
go.
Ez should probably go first so that we're not putting a child out in front of all of us.
I mean, she's got less, life that she's lived and knowledge she's acquired. But sure, yeah, I'll go first.
Yes,
It's
you're very
fine.
knowledgeable. Let's go.
He heads out in front of you. You see him moving down the stairs as you get down past where you've already been in the castle, you see him begin to move along the stairs in a patterned kind of way.
We
mean by
will do our
pattern?
best to follow said pattern.
Okay, just curious.
Hey, Ez, is
poke
there a
him.
reason for the funny steps?
Oh yeah, there's traps all over the place. You just got to be careful,
Could you
Poke
point him out
As
next time, maybe?
Well, you just follow me, do what I do, and don't die, I guess, or become a vampire. Eh.
Bob's gonna accidentally set off a trap because it doesn't know how to follow the patterns.
I'm gonna kill Bob.
I'm gonna poke Ez and try and make him fall over so he sets off all the traps.
I'm gonna pick up Raven and I'll carry her down the stairs.
So is this actually all happening?
Bob doesn't know how to follow the steps.
I'm going to actually poke Ez. Whether or not he falls over is up to him.
Okay.
He leans forward and he goes, okay. Okay. No, don't do that. And then he goes down the stairs a little faster, hop, 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 hop.
I had to see what
Meanwhile, Bob.
happened.
Meanwhile, Bob, sets off. He stepped through a spike that has gone through his foot and another one that has gone up through his leg, out his kneecap.
I just pull him off.
Ugh.
Come on. Walking a little bit funnier.
You make your way to the dungeons of Ravenloft, guided by Ez and also by Raven, who at one point Ez is like, okay, we're gonna go through this way, and she's like, no, you go that way. And he's like, I had my notes backwards. And he saunters down that side of the hallway, stops everyone, hits a spot on the wall. You hear a deflating noise as a trap is unarmed, and then continues on down. He's like, none of you appreciate me. I've saved your life at least 20 times on this process. Tried to kill me, tried to do nice by you. I don't understand. It's
I
okay.
have not tried to
We
kill you.
There'll
If
be
we had tried to
gratitude when
kill
we make
you,
it out
you'd
of
be
this.
very dead.
And for
Well,
no reason whatsoever.
only
Was that
person-
time when we were in the room with Raven considered a short rest for any reason at all, to any degree?
Roll a persuasion check.
The
Can I
only
use casual's character
Oh, I
sheet?
think you guys all still have exhaustion, don't you?
We still have exhaustion, yes.
I don't.
Sarzaneth does not.
Todd does not.
I do, but
Dr. Jericho got a 14. Casual rolled a 39, but Dr. Jericho only did a 14.
Yes, it was a short rest.
That's fine with me. I just need to heal.
So you make your way past rows of bars. You can assume as a jail of some sort. The ground below you becomes moist and then damp.
ooh, a moist and damp floor.
Moist and damp. wholesome. That's okay. Anyways, and your feet become sopping wet as you are now trudging through about a foot of dark water, then 2 feet of dark water. Raven's just like up to her hips, like, we gotta keep going this way. Just
I'm still
along.
carrying her. I'll keep carrying her. I'm not gonna make her walk through that crap. But we are gonna let Ez get a little farther ahead, so if there's anything in the water, we'll know. Just gonna let him do his thing up there.
Oh no. And at some point, about 10 feet ahead of you, Ez steps forward, you see there is a prison cell there with a person sleeping dead in the corner, can't quite tell. And as he steps on the ground right in front of this prison cell, you see in a flash of light, he just disappears.
Did he have to make a saving throw for anything?
Mm-hmm.
Would adding a 4 to that make him make the save?
He rolled a natural 1.
Never mind. Okay, I'm gonna not do that.
I'm gonna try to reach out to make a telepathic link with him to see if he's even in the vicinity of us.
Oh, see if he went invisible or actually.
Yeah, so I'll go from mind to mind until I recognize, till I find his. Or I'm searching for his.
Can't find it. And also, I'm gonna need you to make a wisdom savings throw since you are every few times you tap into your magic. We're gonna have
8.
to. Oh.
Yep, can't help you.
As Roxy is like searching for where Ez went, you see her eyes open.
Her
You
eye.
see that eye. You see that inky black take over. You see the veins protrude.
He's not in the room with us any longer. Did anyone see what he stepped on?
Raven,
No.
do you have any idea what's down here?
Yeah, there's some
keeps
things
walking.
on the floor, but they're not very big. So, you know, some of them are right in front of the jail cell doors. You gotta be careful.
I have detect magic out to 30 feet. I like to continue walking, avoiding any arcane traps if they're magical.
Delightful. You move forward without any problems. You're able to show the party where the traps are, but you no longer have a guide.
You still
Here
have a
we go, a
guide.
7-year-old.
Yeah, these are the prison. This is as far as I went.
But do you know where the Countess's lair
We're looking for
coffin is?
essentially the crypt of this place.
The coffins are. I'm not allowed to see the coffins. She got really mad at me one time because Smirk was going to show me, and she got really mad, and then she put me into a long sleep over it.
And then Dr. Jericho, in response to that, finds a piece of wall, jams the sword in, breaks off a piece, shreds a piece, and will throw it back and
Roll me a D100.
do. That's a 36.
36.
Does my face grow a face?
Nope. You see the people around you turn into your very worst fears. You are frightened of everyone you can see within 30 feet of you.
Wait a minute. It might not even actually work. Yep, I can't be frightened by anything.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
So is this when I have him re-roll Wild Magic Surge?
I'm willing to
Oh,
reroll.
for
Yeah,
sure.
I literally can't be frightened. That's an ability of mine.
Okay.
8.
8. The dark powers are like, that one didn't work. Try again. Oh no!
Do I just die?
Oh no! Oh no! Oh
Everyone
no!
else dies. Do I get hit with a disintegration ray?
Everyone shrinks to 8 inches tall.
And we are all swimming over the traps.
No.
I don't need to breathe. So
I start flying.
this little fly.
I'll mage hand myself up.
Would your mage hand be small though?
It's the same spell.
It's the same spell.
Yeah.
It doesn't say that, like.
Okay.
Mage hand,
that's-
Dante will come down and Bob and I will just climb on top of him and he'll just lift us up.
Here, Sarzaneth, take Raven. Take Raven and fly her until we're not this size anymore. And Todd will just keep swimming.
What's the magic word?
She's 7.
Please? It's
Yes,
gold.
Raven. Yes, Raven, I can.
I guess I'm just gonna walk on the bottom of the underwater. I'm just gonna keep walking.
And I will cast Prestidigitation on Raven to dry her.
Okay.
I will
Everybody
make
But
can see a
pointedly not on
torch.
Sarzaneth.
My bad. A matchstick, basically.
I will make a telepathic link with DJ. So, did you find anything?
Oh, that's important. What did I find? Did I find the path to the?
Yes, you found the path to the crypts. It takes a couple of hours to get there.
Because we're shrunken.
Well, about an hour into your journey of walking, flying very slowly.
Oh, Dante will just get me there pretty quick.
You don't know where you're going.
Yeah, you gotta follow me still. So I gotta follow me.
Every once in a while, DJ pops up and is like, "This way."
Literally, jump, sword light, drops back under, walks. Jump, sword light, walks.
After about an hour, you are all suddenly propelled back into your actual sizes. And you've made it about a hallway and a half from where you started when you shrunk.
That is the worst.
How high are the ceilings?
Pretty high.
Okay,
Like,
I'd like to
Zarzan
put.
has
15
smash
feet.
into it.
No, can I put Raven on my shoulders once I start walking again?
Absolutely. She's up on your shoulder. She's like, and you see she's getting clammy again, and she's starting to sweat, and she goes, I don't feel good about this anymore. I don't think we should go any further. I think we need to stop.
Why? What's wrong?
Raven, come here, and I'll reach up for Raven. Come here.
We gotta stop. She's too close. She's really close. She's gonna be so mad.
And I'll take Raven down and I'll set her on the ground and I get down on one knee. Remember what I told you? Whether it was a year ago or 60 years ago, you have to be brave. Okay? Anyone can be afraid. Anyone can be scared all the time. But you have to be brave. Okay? We can do this. And death is just a doorway. We've already walked through it. It's not a big deal. So if that happens, it's okay. But we have to be brave. We have to try. Don't shut up, Sarzaneth. Nobody's talking.
If you die, I know my dad's down there. He'll be ready to greet us.
Well, see? He's or her
If you
mom.
wish, I can
Or her
keep Raven
mom.
safe away from harm for the time being.
She's just so mean, and she looks like mom, but she doesn't have as many wrinkles as mama.
When Raven says she's close, I'm going to try to reach out to feel for mind surrounding us.
It's okay, Raven. Take my hand. We're gonna do this together. You don't have to be alone this time.
Okay.
This time, I will keep you safe.
Okay.
And I'll keep Todd safe to keep you safe.
What was it you said, Roxy?
I'm going to, if she's saying that she's close, I'm going to try to reach out to feel if I can make a telepathic link with anyone new.
You hear in your head, I don't know why you are bothering to go through all of this. I told you my intentions.
We're just wanting to find you to talk, that's all.
I am so tired of all of this. Do you know how many times I have been hunted down by these people, these outsiders that come in and are going to make everything better and are going to defeat me or take my throne or whatever their intention is. Do you know how many times?
In fact, we do know, and we know that you've betrayed us and the deal that we made.
The connection ends.
She is close. She's very close.
I can, if you allow me, I can get Raven away for the time being until we are done. But it is up to you, Todd, to decide if you are okay
I'll leave
sending
it up
Raven
to
away.
Raven.
Are you gonna eat her?
You are a skilled fighter,
No.
Raven. If you want to do this, you're old enough. I was your age when I started warfare. If you don't want to, you don't have to.
Where are you going to
But with-
send me if I go?
There's a special place called the Ethereal Plane. I will send you there. We will be safe in the time being. And if anything is to happen to us, you will be kept safe. I have friends there.
I could also try and send you up with my mom. She's a little bit much.
You want me to send you to
What?
heaven? You want to go meet the angels? She kind of grasps onto her gun, pulls it out of the holster badly. I'm okay. I've got Todd, and she holds onto Todd's hand really tight.
And Todd will squeeze it back. That's right.
Then no, be careful to avoid danger, Todd, because where we go, no one will be holding back against all those that face Strahd. And Doctor will just turn and continue walking. Steps in somber rhythm.
So you move
There's
down.
a faint echo of what it sounds to be like a horse neighing, but almost in an ethereal essence of it. An echo faintly that grows louder temporarily before it's silent.
I would like to do
And
an
then
insight
continues.
check on the doctor when he says no one will hold back when we're facing Strahd, to see if I can read to what extent he means.
That's an easy roll. You should be able to pass that.
18.
You can tell Dr. Jericho has set this essence that this fight is going to be a brutal one, because there's the essence that Doctor is aware Strahd has had enough, and Strahd is not going to give easily.
Okay.
Jericho's prepared to do what it takes.
You notice too, Roxy's looking a little more haggard with each
I know.
step.
Doctor knows, and Doctor also is prepared.
And there is Bob between Roxy and the doctor.
It's okay. I do radiant damage. I'll sneeze and Bob will turn to dust.
No, anyone who sees him, Bob will turn to dust. Raven could
That is
kill
also
him.
true.
He's trudging
With
Trudging
a
on
mangled
to them.
arm, mangled foot, mangled leg, mangled hip.
Dagger in the hip. Yep.
Missing arm.
Just delightful.
Yeah.
Is the floor still covered in water, or
It has
have we reached a
reduced.
drier?
And as you move down this hall, every step you take past these, I don't know if that's the right word, sconces of torches? Torch
Yeah,
sconces?
Sconces.
That's right? Okay.
Wall torches.
I got it. I did it. Every time you walk past a set, they light up. You see several crypt entrances here, ranging from various names you don't recognize, until you get to a few that you do recognize. You see Strahd von Zarovich. You see Irina Kolyanovich, I think. Can't remember her last name. You see Irina's name, or Tatiana, actually would be what it was. Tatiana, same last name because we're gonna roll with it. Tatiana Kolyanovich. And you see Sergei von Zarovich. DJ, you do not stop until you reach Sergei's tomb, in which you turn to the right. And you see white marble steps descend to a tomb that has vaulted ceiling 30 feet overhead. A stillness, a calm amid the storm is felt here. In the center of the tomb, a white marble slab supports an intricately inlaid coffin. Chiseled into the slab is the name Sergei von Zarovich. To the north, behind the coffin, are 3 alcoves, a beautifully carved statue standing in each of these 3 alcoves. A stunning young man flanked by 2 angels, looking as polished and new as the day each was placed there. An iron lever protrudes from the south wall, west of the tomb's entrance. All you have to do, pop it. The portcullis moves up.
Is there anything so in this area, first off, with my detect magic, is there anything particular down here that I can discern magically?
You detect a huge surge of vampiric magic, as well as a gentler burst of magic. Seems to be obscured, covered in some way.
And the vampiric magic is just kind of everywhere.
It is coming from a figure sitting in the corner, staring over at you as you step into the room.
Check the entombments. See what may be hidden. And we'll start to approach that figure to get a better look upon it.
Appears to be a young woman sitting there watching the coffin.
Young woman that I recognize?
No. But the magic coming from her feels very familiar.
Do you speak?
She lifts her head. She looks directly at you. And in a spark, she's not there anymore. And instead you see Strahd on the other side of the room, the opposite corner. I told you all to leave me alone and to let me finish this how I need to finish this.
And how you plan to finish this is folly. Much like your plan many lifetimes ago seems to prove pointless. You continuously seek to solve things your way and create greater messes for everyone.
Do we see Eastmark anywhere?
You don't yet. You cannot even pretend to know what I have been through. You have no idea how many thousands of years I have had to do this over and over and over again. And you know that I've had this exact conversation so many times. You realize you cannot kill me, right? Do you know that? Do you have any recognition of that fact?
I have tried to kill you. I have tried to persuade you. I have tried to aid you. And yet every time you still believe you know what is right. This time will be different, for either you listen to reason or you fall to your own hubris.
Well, you know what? All I need to do is take care of you once again. You, and points right to Todd and is like, sick of seeing your face in particular. And then she sees Raven with you, and you see her put her hand to her forehead as though she's beginning to like sweat. She goes, "How are you awake?"
And Todd will kind of step in front of Raven.
This is what I mean. This time is different.
Sarzaneth, what do you do in this situation?
she's just sitting back. It seems like a bit of a family matter, and she knows a lot about those. So she's just kind of waiting to see. She's standing right behind Irina, like right beside Irina, and DJ.
Give me a perception check.
Maybe. 27.
27. You hear movement noises coming from this closed coffin in this room.
With my blind sight, can I see what it is or sense what it is?
Mm-hmm. It is Eastmark.
She put him in the coffin?
You hear him just banging on the wall, yelling, I didn't mean to climb in! I was just trying. Like, nobody else can hear this, but with your, bat sight or whatever, you're catching this.
I'm going to whisper to Irina, Eastmark's in there.
She looks over at the coffin with this horror on her face. That moment, Strahd moves in with an unarmed attack against the nearest person, which I believe is DJ.
Makes sense, yeah.
And that is oh, wait a minute. She has a sheet. So let me see. That is that is a 24 to hit.
That'll hit.
And immediately just 17 damage as she comes in and she just
damage.
Slashing.
Okay.
She comes in and slashes you as she moves to the other side of the room, trying to knock over Sarzaneth in the process after hearing Sarzaneth say this.
If she moves, can I get an attack of opportunity?
You cannot, actually.
Okay.
She is immune to attacks of opportunity. Which, I guess, is a good thing to let you all know now. Roxy, what do you do?
So is there a point? I have a spell that has a 20-foot radius, and I want to only snag her. Is there a way? Is there something, or is there someone else going to get caught in the crossfire?
Well, you are in a room that is maybe 40 feet across.
You can go up the wall, too.
I can go up the wall, too. Okay.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to cast Gravity Sinkhole.
Gravity Sinkhole.
And she has to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Oh, Constitution saving throw. Here we go. That is a 29.
Oh, that definitely makes it. So she's not moved. But she does take half of 27 damage.
Okay.
And then bonus action, I will hex.
Okay.
Let's say disadvantage on strength.
Disadvantage on strength, and it's automatic?
Yep, strength checks, not saving throws.
For one round? All rounds?
Nope.
All rounds.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
Disadvantage on strength. Remind me of that, because I will forget immediately. As this happens, you see her throw her hands out, and the portcullis behind you guys clicks down and locks from the outside. Irina is going to immediately run towards the coffin and try to open it with a... Not bad. She goes over and she begins to push it, and it begins to... as she gets some headway on scraping the top forward.
Irina, you may not want to move that yet. That's a lot of stone between him and all of our spells that are coming. That might be the safest place for him right now.
Ismark, I'm here. I'm going to. Shit. I'm going to close this back up. I'm going to close it, because there's going to be like a lot of fire and things like that. We are here. We are going to get you out, I promise. And she you see her crying as she grabs it and begins to close that inch back up. DJ.
So I do want to emphasize my sword is out, and my sword emits a 30-foot light that is treated as sunlight.
Yes, she is. That's why she's popping corner to corner.
Okay.
And is pressed against the wall.
Perfect, because I'm proud to press her further. I'm going to run forward, and I am going to attempt to slash at her with my sword.
Okay.
That's a big attempt on it. Let's see if this attempt matters. Does a 22 hit?
Does a 22 hit? Let me double check that. 22 does hit.
And is she classified as an undead?
She is definitely classified as an undead,
Okay, so this is going to be... let's see, 11 plus 6 is 17. I'm gonna Divine Smite it. So that's going to be 17 plus 4 of these. It's not a lot. That's going to be 32 points of radiant damage.
Beautiful. Okie dokie.
And
radiant.
And second attack,
doubles.
I'm going to swing the sword back for another attack.
Okay.
Let's see if this hits, though. The second one. Second one's a 26 to hit.
26 hits.
So that's going to be not as good. Plus 6 is going to be 16 points of radiant, and I will burn a first level slot. It's 2 for that, plus 1 because undead. So I missed that. Plus 32 points of radiant.
Okay. Beautiful. So you come up and you are just slashing at her as she lets out this unearthly screech, and as she does, you all notice somebody phase through the wall to join the room. She's very familiar.
And that's all I can do. Let me double check my bonus actions before I conclude completely. I will cast, as a bonus action, Shield of Faith on myself, boosting my AC by 2.
Okay, I also need you to make a wisdom savings throw.
Wisdom. That is going to be it.
Is this because of a spell?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to counterspell it, 3rd level.
It's not, it is technically not a spell, it's just
a magical ability.
A feature of hers after the end of somebody's turn.
I tried.
Got it. That's a 29.
A 29. You see as she makes this direct eye contact with you, you hear her say under her breath, "Brother, you do not want to kill me. You want to work with me." And she makes this direct eye contact with you, and for a split second, you feel like this energy overcome you and then dissipate as nothing actually happens.
And I do want to respond to that feeling. No, I do not want to kill you. That still remains not my goal. And that's my only response to that.
Okay. Now, this other figure has phased into the room and is immediately going to try to grab onto Todd with a that's a 20 to hit and a 22 to hit.
Is it the figure we originally saw in the room?
It is not. As this vampire grabs on and then bites into you, Todd, for a solid 27 piercing damage.
Okay. Just
absolutely sinking their teeth in and sucking the life force out of you. Roxy, you recognize this person. She pulls off and she goes, "Hey y'all, it's been a while."
Oh,
Carla?
snap.
Todd, what do you do?
Let's see. First, I have a reaction.
So she might actually be like,
So as a reaction, I'm gonna cast Hellish Rebuke.
she gets in her witty sentence, and then all of a sudden you see her go up into flames.
I guess I should actually. Do I?
I think you have to roll for that.
Yeah, I'm trying to see.
Well, it's a deck
No,
save.
it's a dex save. So she has to make a dexterity savings throw.
Dexterity savings throw. Dun, dun, dun. That is a 5.
Then she takes 41 fire damage.
Dang.
Okay. Cool. You see her go up into flames, and she like begins screaming and yelling and like hopping around the room and like trying to put out the flames, and is like, "Oh, not and not dead." But Todd, what is your action?
So help me understand the board. So is Strahd and Dr. Jericho.
Strahd is like up on the wall, having just been slashed a couple times, and is like trying to stay out of the range of the sunlight unsuccessfully at the moment.
Okay, so
Carla
the sword of
is running
sunlight,
around flailing.
the sword of sunlight covers what, about half the room, half the space. Okay, then I'm gonna cast Sickening Radiance on the other half of the space.
Okay.
Big brain move.
So then it just stays there until, well, I guess if Carla is in that space because she's close to me, then
Carla is in the space with you and Raven and SARS and
okay. So when
Eastmark.
she starts her turn, well, Eastmark's in the thing.
Yeah, he's got some coverage.
He should be safe. Who else is close to me?
I think everyone is with you on the Sunblade side of things.
Mm-hmm.
No, because I'm on the other side.
Oh,
Because I didn't
okay.
advance. I did not advance.
So it's just
on
you and
Strahd.
Carla and Raven.
Oh, but there's Raven.
Never bring a kid to a vampire battle.
I tried to get her out of here.
Oh, I should throw Raven into initiative.
I'm just gonna send Raven over to hide by the. Well, it's not a casket. What is it with the big? Yeah, the coffin. Where
As
she'll
you do
be
this,
in
she's
the
like pulled out her gun
sunlight.
and she shoots it into the ceiling, and you see like all this rock and stuff beginning to fall down, and she's like, "It works!"
Yeah, but aim and go over there. Stay kind of close to Dr. Jericho. You'll be protected by the sunlight from his sword.
Okie dokie.
And so now she's out of.
She
my
uses her
half
turn
of
to
the
like
room.
run over to DJ and just grab on around the waist.
Okay, then I'll cast Sickening Radiance. on
You
the other
notice
half
as she
of the
gets
room.
closer to you, DJ, Strahd puts her hand to her forehead and is like pulling back further into the wall, and Raven is beginning to sweat.
Going on there.
Making a
Let's
bad
see.
correlation there.
Dun, 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 dun. Once again, does that unless it? No. Oh, no. Okay. So, Strahd crawls across the ceiling to try and move out of range of the sun sword, which is 30 feet high. So she is up on the ceiling out of range of the sun sword. And you watch as she moves up there, and all of these burn marks and these cuts and things begin to heal up as you hear her sigh this deep breath of relief in this space. Sarzaneth.
Okay, so I want to cast Guiding Bolt at Strahd.
Yeah, absolutely.
Does a dirty 20 hit?
Yeah, a dirty 20 hits.
Great. I'm doing it at second level, so that I get extra dices.
All the dice. Did Irina go? Irina went. She tried to do the coffin thing. Got it. Okay.
Yep. Did Ez go?
Ez isn't with you guys.
Weird.
So he's gone. I thought he might be trying to run back.
27 radiant damage.
27 radiant damage. Okay, and you. Okay, 27 radiant damage. You see, this is a spell they used?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So you just like hand up and shoot at her right as she's like, you see like one of the last wounds closing up, and she's like, just like, as she lets out another like demon screech, and I need you to roll me wisdom savings throw, Sarzeneth.
Sure. You couldn't have picked int or dex. That would have been better.
Wisdom.
All right, that's still a 19.
Still a 19. Okay. You can see she's trying to like make this eye contact with you, and you're like, what are you doing?
I would like to wink at her when she tries to make eye contact with me.
Oh dang. All right, Roxy, it is your turn. However, you have gone full dark powers at this point. In fact, the rest of you hear Roxy's face making noises. It doesn't sound like Roxy. You hear things like, Roxy has absorbed the tome of which gave her direct access to us, our knowledge, our power. You, Countess, and Roxy points at Strahd. You have begun to squander this land, this power. We are done with you. And you, and Roxy points to all of you, valuable souls. Roxy, what would you like to do for your turn?
I will back up and cast Gravity Sinkhole to where I can try to get as many people in it as possible.
Okay. Everyone roll your saves. That would
DC
be
17 Constitution?
I rolled an 18 on the die for a
24 for Doctor.
It's a dirty 20 for Todd.
Okay, and roll me a D100, Roxy.
All right. Everyone takes. This has already halved 16 points of force damage.
not to be the jerk, but what about Raven and Irina?
Everybody. As many people in a 20-foot as possible.
It's automatically save. Irina actually did save as well.
Okay, so everyone takes 16 points. I rolled a natural 20 wisdom.
That's an 8. Bob's dead. Goodbye,
Yep.
Bob. All right.
Oh,
Bob gets pulled.
Bob
No,
goes.
Bob's behind me. Bob's behind me.
Oh my god.
Or I'm behind Bob, really. And did Strahd make her save?
She's 30 feet away. She got a 14. She definitely saved. It's over the 18.
Guys, I just want someone to fall into my gravity.
No, it's 24.
sinkhole.
Not happening.
Bob did.
The room like shakes
Bob could.
wildly.
Yeah,
Bob falls over. It's like,
everyone
"Ah!"
feels like they're being pulled into this spot as it just starts to compress.
Raven
Still take
drops
16
to the
force
ground.
Damage.
Hands over her head and lets out
Raven's
a
also
screech.
protected because she's within 5 feet of me. She actually wouldn't be affected by it anyway.
Does it
She
pull
gets
the lid off
bonuses
the
and
coffin?
resist it.
We're gonna say the coffin is safe. I'm not in the business of killing children in D&D, so
I am also near
it's
the
gonna be, like,
coffin, so
flavor.
Eastmark is protected by my magical aura as well.
okay. But you can see that like Raven is terrified, and you see as she is portraying this fear, you catch Strahd in a panic as well, and you haven't seen her in a panic before. And that would bring us, God, whose turn was that even?
That was mine.
That was yours. So Strahd moves through the wall, into like right in front of the door where, like right on the other side in front of the door where there are none of these area effects. Irina, she turns and she yells out, you know, I don't think that there is any getting past. I think that DJ, I don't think taking care of Strahd is going to take care of it. I think that we are the three that started this whole problem. Like, do you even realize that we are part of all of this that has been created? You literally created the monster that she is.
I'm aware. Just keep fighting. I know what needs to be done.
And she's going to use her turn. And she's going to put her hands up. And she's going to say, Strahd, I will stay with you, but I need you to put the sword away, DJ. Put the sword away.
Just let me know when I can act.
Like to put the sword away, or?
I mean, if I can put the sword away, that means I have time to do other stuff, so.
And she moves out of the light and towards Strahd and is like, I will stay here with you. You have to let my brother go. You have to let these people go. I will stay here with you, and we can make this place nicer. You don't have to suffer. I will stay here with you. Because here's the thing, you were willing to sacrifice your brother for yourself. I'm willing to sacrifice myself for my brother, and that if that means I will stay here with you, I will do whatever it takes to protect him. And just let me end this right now, please. And she just moves towards the bars and just like puts her hands on the bars, and you see Strahd like let her guard down and put a hand through the bars to hold on to Irina. DJ, it's your turn.
So, being how far I am, DJ does sheath the sword and starts running towards the bars, and will reach their hand up as you start to hear the sound of galloping happening. And from the ethereal plane, this nightmarish cloud smoke horse appears as DJ mounts it, goes forward as you keep hearing this soft faint as I pulled my fine steed, my horse, my war horse, to move forward. As I continue forward, you'll also notice that on the back of the horse is another creature who was in the ethereal plane, my night hag. As we get closer, DJ continues riding on this horse forward.
In like this 30-foot space. Just clarify.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a very small space, but you'll see that because the horse appears and the night hag, who has a small little, what appears to be like a coin pouch, seems to be a very small version of the bag that is inside of DJ's stomach, and jams it down DJ's throat, using their action to jam it in as we continue riding forward.
Wait, what?
Yep. The baby boombox will jam a bag of holding into my throat as I swallow. And
wait, what?
In the meantime, we'll push forward to ensure that I get Irina as close to Strahd as possible and get sure that I'm at least more than 10 feet away from everyone else, as a bag of holding has just entered a bag of holding. An astral plane will now open. And when this happens, all creatures, everything within 10 feet will be immediately consumed into the astral plane.
So,
after that response, Baby Boombox will use their reaction with the horse to drop back into the ethereal plane to avoid the astral gate.
So if I'm getting this correct, DJ, Strahd, and Irina were just sucked into the astral plane by double bag of holding it with your horse, which means Carla is, she's poof. She is. I think we're out of initiative.
Yep, and the goal was to make sure I was at least 10 feet, more than 10 feet from everyone else. If Carla's in that, my bad. Damn, Carla, you coming with us, I guess.
No, Carla was, so okay. So Carla's
was
gone
a vampire,
too.
though.
This is true. So Irina, Carla, Dr. Jericho, and Strahd will all be sucked into the astral plane as the nightmarish horse and Baby Boombox will be thrusted into the ethereal plane.
Okay. Well, Todd and Roxy and Sarzaneth, you find yourself standing in this crypt, having seen this bright, I don't know what this looks like. I don't know anything about the astral plane. I'm gonna be real.
There's a beautiful arcane gate that opens up almost like a metallic door frame that opens and creates this translucent silvery light that gives you this essence of flowing water, as it's just pure energy flowing through, as it literally reaches out with the wind force pulling everything it can within 10 feet. Nothing can escape this 10-foot force no matter what, and we're thrusted randomly across the astral plane. However, it will destroy both items, so everything that was in my bag of holding gets thrusted out as well.
So
That's a lot
Todd,
of stuff.
Sarzaneth, and Roxy, you are standing in this crypt. Roxy, you suddenly feel the dark magic leach back out of you as you come into yourself again. Raven stands up holding her gun and looks bright and not clammy at all anymore. Looks energetic. Kind of looks up at you guys. And your friends, they kind of went poof.
That is a very
Yeah,
apt
yes, they
description.
Sarzaneth is going to run over to the coffin and start pushing it open.
You push it open, and Ismark sits up. Whoa, Sarzaneth! And he latches onto you, and he goes, "Where's Irina? Where's Irina?"
She's in the astral plane with Strahd and
Right,
Dr. Jericho.
Raven! And he's holding onto you, Sars, and he climbs out and he runs over and throws his arms around Raven. He's much taller than her. He's 12, she's 7. He just wraps her up. We're gonna get her back, right? That's what you guys do. That's what we're gonna do.
None of us know how to get to the astral plane. We want to know where they are in the astral plane. It's very unlikely.
Raven kind of reaches up and touches his face. Don't worry about it. Todd'll help us figure it out. It's okay. It's fine. And let me show you guys something. And you see as Raven guides you, the 4 of you, back through the crypts, up a set of stairs. She's like, I remember now. I remember all of this now. I know this castle pretty well, so I can show you guys the rest of the way around, and yeah, and she just kind of keeps looking around, remembering things, walking up the stairs, guiding you, Todd, to a room on the main floor. You step in to this room, you see this gorgeously decorated space with this ornate chair. You've had a vision of this before. You distinctly have had a dream of this before. And she guides you over to the chair, and she, sit down, sit in it, sit.
I will sit very suspiciously.
No, you're gonna
Just
brush my
touching it
hair.
a little to make sure that hair doesn't.
No.
You're gonna brush my hair?
Yeah. And she climbs up in your lap and hands you the hairbrush.
What?
And she said, I think Mama's busy right now. I don't know where Mama went. She's having my baby brother. So Mama and Father are gone. And so you gotta help take care of me and you gotta brush my hair. And as long as you like it here, I think that we should just let you stay forever. And
Raven, what's your baby brother's name gonna be?
What is going on here, Todd?
No
they haven't
idea.
told me what his name. I haven't seen them though, so I'm starting to think that might be more of a memory.
Do you know what your last name is?
Well, I'm so bad at name. Well, Raven's my nickname. My mama calls me her little Raven. That's why the castle's called Ravenloft. It's she named it after me. You're gonna like her a lot when you get to meet her. If you do, I think I'm getting my memories confused.
What's your real name?
Father calls me Strahd, and then my little brother's gonna have an S name too. They like the S names. And Todd, at that moment, you feel a dark presence tugging at your recently rediscovered soul like a tether. Raven nestles into your arms like a comfort blanket. You feel a sense of power overcoming you as the rest of you see lightning cracking through the clouds, illuminating the room in this beautiful wash of blue and white. It's in this moment, Todd, that you realize your dominance over this throne, over this castle, over this realm. Raven looks up at you with her big brown eyes. You realize it's you and this young child against the world. The question is whether you will obey the hold the dark powers have over you right now, or whether you'll fight them to make a better Barovia for all, raising this young Strahd von Zarovich in your own way.
Is there a window?
There is a window. The
Can I
window.
look out the window and see if the mist is still there?
You go and you look out and you can see a different angle over, you realize this is a room on the other side of the castle to where the village of Barovia is. You look down, you see people walking around. Not anything like the scene you saw earlier with people like tearing each other apart. Like there's no blood in the streets, people are just walking around, selling bread, chatting with each other. You do see a thick mist.
Great. Todd's just gonna sit back down in the chair and pull Raven up in my lap. I'm just gonna lean back and put my feet up on the desk. And
I like that you're here,
smile
Todd.
at Sarzeneth. And I'm saying, I'm in charge now.
Oh, yes, I'm sure you are.
And so for the last couple minutes here, I would like to know your character's epilogues. What you think you do after this. Let's start with Sarzeneth.
Well, I don't know. Still
You
processing.
just blew our minds for a second. And then
I was getting there, but you confirmed it. Now my mind is like wrapping around it. But she definitely would, raise Eastmark, and make sure that nothing happens to him. And would try and avoid her parents as much as possible. Of course,
You do
Doesn't
realize
really
at
feel
some
like-
point you are impervious to the mist. Where do you take Eastmark? Do you stay in like the village of Barovia and the castle? Do you go somewhere else with him?
I would stay with Raven and Todd.
Okay.
I mean, obviously, I would take him to visit other places, but that's where we would stay for the most part.
Okay. Roxy.
Roxy's going to take the deed that she has to a windmill, spruce it up real nice, and continue to deal with the dark powers and become the hag that she always hoped she would become, and help travelers lose their souls in exchange for our goods and services.
Oh, you are very, very well loved by the Dark Powers, and anything you ever need at any given time, you've not wanted for money or health, as you become the next hag in the windmill.
But I make it look nicer. Like more inviting, a little less ominous.
And DJ!
You hear in the distance the sound of a horse neighing, the galloping. As you start to see the vision of black obsidian armor traced along this horse, somebody mounted upon. And as you follow its body, you look and see a familiar face. The half-orc, half-elf has found their way out. We flash back to that moment when the astral plane opened, when the hag version of Baby Boombox appeared on its ethereal horse and forced this bag of holding down DJ's stomach. And before going into the ethereal plane, takes a small needle and pokes the back of Dr. Jericho's neck, swapping bodies.
No!
That's amazing.
As Dr. Jericho rides off on his nightmare horse, using the ethereal plane to leave this domain.
Todd, was there anything else you wanted to add to your epilogue other than,
I just imagine that Raven is going to grow up running Barovia, and Todd's just the figurehead. And whenever Todd gives an order, Raven just gives a better order, and Todd's like, yeah, do what she says.
Now, question. Are we raising her differently than she was previously raised? Just kind of curious to know if there's going to be personality changes in this nature versus nurture situation
Probably
with her.
going to be raising herself. I don't know that Todd is going to be a lot of help in that area, but there will be less war. Instead of growing up in war, it'll be peacetime-ish.
Sarzeneth is going to try her best and make Eastmark be friends with Raven, so that Raven has someone to grow up with other than,
See, yeah. Sarzeneth will be the example of what to do, and Todd will be the example of what not to do. She'll be
Which is a terrible situation to make Sarzeneth be the one.
Can we say, Roxy, that Bob is with you in the windmill and bakes cookies and wears an apron and greets visitors?
Yeah. Oh, and I probably have made several other helpers.
Fantastic. And that, I believe, is where we are ending She is the Ancient, a genderbent Curse of Strahd, aka What We Do in Barovia.
What you should not do in Barovia.
What you should not do in Barovia. Holy moly! Cool. Thank you, audience, for being here. Let's go ahead and do our people outros and things. I haven't ended an entire series before, so this is gonna be weird. So
been a fun ride.
Ty, you go first.
I am Ty Stone. You can find me everywhere at lame_riot. Yeah, this was so much fun. I can't wait to continue to write Roxy's story into Barovia, and she might appear in other dread domains.
That would be that sounds like fun. Yes. Fenway.
Hi everyone, my name's Fenway Jones, also known as Fenway the Teen DM on Twitter and at Jasper's Game Day on all of the social medias. You can find me also. You can find us also at jaspersgameday.com. And I am doing a weekly show over on Initiative Coffee .tv. That's twitch.tv/Initiative Coffee. There we go. I can, My brain's not working anymore. But yes, thank you everyone for watching. And I really enjoyed being here.
I enjoyed having you as a player. Okay, Jessie J, your turn. Go for it.
I'm Jessie Davidson. You can find me on Twitter at @thebossjessieJ, and I just published Friendlier Fate on the DMs Guild. It's a permanent death alternative for non-violent combat in D&D. If you like fighting wolves, but you feel kind of crappy killing wolves, it's a great alternative. And it's also leading up to, by the end of the year, I will be releasing Everything's Fine, a collection of encounters and one-shots inspired by the chaos of everyday life. And it's bringing you such monsters as Child Swarm, which will be a new creature I am introducing.
Oh, that's amazing.
Because any parent knows that a child swarm is the most terrifying thing that you could possibly face.
And the most destructive.
Coming out by the end of the year.
That's amazing. I'm so excited about it. Yeah, so Jessie J designed Friendlier Fates after an encounter that she was running me through as a player, and I was supposed to kill these wolves, and I can't do it. And so I ended up having to kill the wolf because there was like no alternative. Anyways, it's like, very cool to have options.
Next week I'm releasing Changing Fate, which is a mechanic designed to help change evil aligned creatures to being not evil aligned. That's inspired by Beth the Bard adopting every creature that she ever comes across.
What?
So
cool.
When animal handling doesn't cut it, Changing Fate is another alternative. That's next week.
Chef's kiss.
I'm glad I could provide so much inspiration for your writing with my chaotic playing. Jay Casual, go ahead and do your outro. But hey, it's Jay. I did it first. Okay, now continue.
No way. It's Jay. What can I say? Find me on all social media at just2casual and casual creativity on Twitch. I have been Dr. Jericho Boombois, the reborn individual. That is his real name, Boombois. He finally realizes his real name, and it's wonderful to have been able to go through this journey, recover my memories, and find a way to stave off the reborn feature. I'm doing all kinds of things on all kinds of platforms. Tomorrow I'll be on Fated Encounters, I believe it's called, where I'll be doing D&D, and I'll also be doing D&D this Friday for the Thornspire Village, the Resident Evil themed D&D one-shot, in which players will be encountering some dark deeds and finding out that the worst evil they can ever face is the trauma of their own past haunting them constantly. There's also future themed one-shots such as the Unbroken Bonds for Kingdom Hearts, from Hades to Helheim, the God of War one-shot, and plenty more coming up, all the way down to a Dark Souls one starting in next year. All these adventures are being designed, ran, and written by me for people to enjoy in later things. But my biggest passion project is Deep Breath. The anime-inspired, including manga, JRPGs, retro-futuristic urban fantasy setting in which the old world of magic is in conflict with the new world of technology, and we always wonder, where is it that you stand? Inhale anticipation, take a deep breath, and exhale excitement. And I would like to say, before my last bit of outro, a special thank you to Gilding Light, to DC, but most importantly, thank you to Beth the Bard for reading Curse of Strahd and realizing that there was something missing, a necessity that we all needed and didn't quite recognize it, for creating a story that everyone can connect with and love by not just changing the gender, but changing the toxicity around the story that Strahd was, by running us through such an amazing adventure full of wonderful experiences, diving through a story that none of us knew how it would go, but you allowed us to breathe an air of creativity, enjoyment, collaboration, and develop a family of antics that can only be compared to what we do in the shadows. And just like them, we are the most dysfunctional family that would fight for one another. Thank you for creating a space for us to thrive.
Thank you for playing in it. I'm just gonna sit here uncomfortably in these compliments. I
Yeah, you are.
appreciate you guys so much.
It was such a fun story.
Outro. Okay. I'm Beth the Bard. Hi everyone, everywhere at It's Beth the Bard. I wrote a supplement for this. It's actually kind of nothing like what I actually ran here because of course you have to run things to your group. But if you want some ideas and stuff anyways, it's on DM's Guild. She is the Ancient, a Genderbent Curse of Strahd guidebook. I appreciate all of the support, the comments, the just, the views and like the encouragement, and definitely check these guys out because they are amazing and everything they touch is amazing and fantastic. So we've got announcements too. Thursday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Daylight Time. The inspectors come back with a special one-shot D&D in space. Same one that was going to be last week, but it was canceled. So it's this week, D&D in space with special guests. Beth the Bard, that's me. On Monday, there is Actoroki will return with a special session 0 at 6 p.m. Pacific before moving to its regular time on Wednesdays. Which brings me to Wednesdays. Actoroki Season 2 begins at 6 p.m. Pacific. Yay! Here on Gilding Light. Thank you for being here. I appreciate all of you more than you'll ever know, and we love you. And that's all. Okay, bye.